Strasbourg, July 15, 18. The air is thick with summer heat, pressing down on narrow cobblestone streets. The city hums, quietly merchants selling bread, children chasing each other. The slow rhythm of everyday life. Then, without warning, a woman steps into the street. Her name is Frau Trafia. She begins to dance. At first, it looks ordinary. A few curious glances, a passing distraction. But she doesn't stop. Minutes stretch into hours. Her movements grow erratic, frantic, less like dancing, more like compulsion. There is no music, only the sound of her feet striking stone. By nightfall, she is still dancing. Her face is pale. Her breathing is heavy. Sweat clings to her skin, but her body refuses rest. Neighbors gather, whispering. Some laugh nervously. Others stare, uneasy. Why won't she stop? No one intervenes. Not yet. In a world filled with superstition, strange things happen. This could pass. But it doesn't. By the second day, her feet are swollen, bruised, bleeding. Still, she dances. Something is deeply wrong. Within days, others join her. A man, then another woman, then a handful more. They do not choose to dance. Their bodies seem seized by the same invisible force. Arms twitch, legs jerk. Movements spiral into chaotic rhythm. The streets begin to fill with motion, uncontrolled, relentless motion. People try to restrain them. It doesn't work. Some collapse from exhaustion, only to rise and continue. The city watches in disbelief. By the end of the week, dozens are dancing. Panic begins to spread faster than the dancers themselves. Is it a curse? A punishment from God? Possession? Priests are called, prayers are whispered, crosses are clutched tightly. But the dancing does not stop. If anything, it intensifies. City officials are forced to act. They consult physicians, the closest thing to science in this age. The diagnosis is strange, unsettling. The dancers suffer from hot blood. Too much heat in the body, they say. The cure. Let them dance it out. A stage is built. Musicians are hired. If dancing is the disease, then dancing must also be the cure. Drums begin to beat. Fiddles cry out into the summer air. The afflicted are brought forward, urged to move, to release whatever grips them. But instead of fading, the phenomenon explodes. More people begin to dance. Soon, hundreds are caught in the frenzy. Day and night, the streets of Strasbourg pulse with bodies in motion. There is no rhythm, no coordination, just endless, desperate movement. Some scream, some cry, some appear completely lost within themselves. Their feet crack and bleed against the stone. Blood stains the streets. Still, they dance. Exhaustion takes its toll. People begin to collapse, some from dehydration, others from heart failure, strokes, or sheer physical breakdown. Witnesses describe bodies dropping mid-step, lifeless. Yet even death does not stop the others. The dancing continues around the fallen. The city transforms. What was once a place of trade and community becomes something else entirely. Something haunted. Fear seeps into every corner. If it can happen to them, it can happen to anyone. People avoid eye contact, avoid crowds, avoid the streets themselves. But still, the dancing spreads. Explanations are desperately sought. Some claim divine punishment. Others whisper of demonic influence. There are rumors of poisoned food, contaminated grain that twists the mind. But none of these answers feel complete. Because the dancing isn't random, it's contagious. Strasbourg is a deeply religious city. Many believe in the wrath of saints, especially Saint Vitus, said to curse sinners with uncontrollable movement. As fear grows, belief strengthens, and belief shapes reality. Those who fear the curse begin to feel its grip. Weeks pass. The number of dancers peaks. Some accounts suggest hundreds, possibly more. The city cannot sustain this. Too many are injured. Too many are dying. Commerce slows. Order begins to collapse. The authorities realize their mistake. Encouraging the dancing has made everything worse. The music stops. The stages are dismantled. Dancing is no longer encouraged, it is forbidden. Those afflicted are removed from the city, taken to shrines dedicated to Saint Vitus. There, they are subjected to blessings, symbolic acts meant to cleanse whatever holds them. Slowly, the dancing begins to fade. Fewer new cases appear. Those who survive grow weaker, their bodies finally giving in to exhaustion rather than compulsion. The streets grow quieter. The nightmare, at last, begins to loosen its grip. When it ends, no one fully understands why. There is no single explanation, no clear cause. Only fragments: fear, belief, stress, environmental, tangled together. The city returns to normal. But something has changed. A memory lingers. Historians would later attempt to explain it. Some point to mass hysteria, psychological phenomenon, where fear spreads through groups, manifesting physically. Others suggest ergot poisoning caused by mold in grain, capable of inducing hallucinations and convulsions. But neither explanation fully accounts for the scale or the endurance. People didn't just twitch, they danced for days. The dancing plague is not just a strange event. It is a reflection of how fragile control can be, of how quickly normality can unravel, and of how powerful collective belief truly is. Even today, similar phenomena occur: mass fainting, shared symptoms, unexplained outbreaks of behavior. Different forms, same pattern. The past is not as distant as it seems. In 1518, a woman stepped into the street and began to dance. No one knew why. And perhaps, even now, we still don't. Because the most unsettling possibility isn't that something external caused it. It's that it came from within, and that under the right conditions, it could happen again.